Hello, hello, and welcome back to the world of Melvor. It's been a little while since we've last checked in, and I have been doing not all that much. For a while, I was like grinding through tasks, but I've been away a lot, and I wasn't able to do this sort of stuff, which is a little more active. And instead, I have just been fighting Vorlorian, we got there, Watchers. Which I looked on the wiki and said that this was actually the best money making method right now. Basically, you just get a lot of very good drops from these guys that can be high alked for an insane amount of money. You'll notice everything looks different. And by you'll notice, I mean probably you've already noticed in your own game that everything looks different. That's because we had a pretty major upgrade. We are now on 1.2, and I think this is in anticipation of the new expansion pack, which is also coming very shortly, like in a couple days. So I thought I would make a video just kind of exploring what changed in this latest patch and trying to kind of prepare ourselves, get ready for the excitement of the new expansion, which timing-wise has worked out really, really well for me. Next week, I'm going to be extremely busy with the Toronto Film Festival. But this week is a little quieter, and I think I'll be able to devote some time right away to the expansion right after it comes out, which is going to be really, really exciting. Really looking forward to that. I've intentionally not learned pretty much anything about this expansion. There might be a trailer or something, but since I'm like committed to getting it no matter what, I'd rather just go in blind and explore alongside everyone, and you can see my reactions and sometimes my stupidity as I try to figure out how everything new works. Okay, so first off, our precious, precious hundos have not been disturbed, so there is not actually new content in this 1.2 patch, but it does still seem pretty significant. And as I said, I think it's like a bunch of global changes in anticipation of the new expansion pack launch. There's a lot of UI changes already. You can see here there's like new pop-ups for your XP gains. They kind of stack in a cool way that like if you are continually getting experience for something with before the pop-up drops away, it'll just keep updating with like a higher and higher number, which is super sweet. Let's see if we can get a better example of that. We'll run from you for now. Go back to skilling setup. It's like fletch something. Can fletch very quickly. See, it just keeps pumping up, which I think is like really, really sick. I think this is just such a clean, exciting visual that makes those EXP pop-ups all the sweeter. And you can see there we got like several conservations in a row, and there was kind of like a multi-conservation message that popped up. Like that's pretty sweet. We don't have to keep making those. I'll just keep fighting these guys for now, I suppose. We're going to be going in with a ton of money and a ton of Slayer points too. For a while I kept rolling tasks until I was on tasks, but I haven't had a chance to do that. I notice they've color-coded stuff that is Throne of the Herald exclusive. I assume there will be similarly exclusive stuff for the next expansion that will get like its own color. Very exciting. I noticed they added a link to the wiki, which is pretty great. I think, given that a lot of the players I think are like wiki-based players, and I myself sometimes succumb to the temptation of being a wiki-based player, this is just a great quality of life thing that saves you from having to open up a whole tab and search for it and whatever. Makes it very clear where you ought to go for information, what information is most pertinent. I like that there's a little game guide that gives you a really nice breakdown of all this stuff, including like diagrams. I think they have that for all the skills. I love this, the skill interactions breakdown and stuff. Just like very good like tutorial kind of quality of life stuff. A lot of other kind of like small visual changes. It looks so good. It just looks so clean. It's so exciting. Just look at them pop up. Oh, I love when a number pops up and fades away. It just feels so good. I'm just like, you're just cashing in again and again. Let's see what else is different. I noticed in my bank, it now indicates what items can be upgraded. This is something that I had explicitly desired a few times in previous videos because item can be downgraded. Oh, to deperfect it, right? It's pretty tough to know where you're missing items if you don't know what can be upgraded, and you just kind of have to click through everything looking for it. So this is a great feature. I don't know if there's other changes in the bank. This all seems the same. But sure. The tabination is still here, which I haven't used because I'm lazy, but it looks very useful. Now they're selling extra bank tabs as well. Agility item cost reduction enhancement. Item cost reduction in agility can now reach 100%. Well, there's no reason not to do that. Let's buy that. That's sweet. That'll help me reskill back into skilling or into combat as the situation demands. Right now I'm in skilling mode, but you know, if we start getting hard combat again, I'm definitely going to have to switch that with the new content. See if there's anything else in the bank. Our normal capes and stuff. I don't expect there to be new items because of course that would make our 100% completion null and void, which hasn't happened. Township looks roughly the same. We have no storage space, so let's buy... Actually, maybe let's hold off on buying stuff. No, I'll get it all back so quickly. Let's get some more mastery magnets. And some more consumable enhancers. Just because those are the most, like, generically useful. These potion boxes are pretty useful too, but I just spent a whole bunch, so we won't get many. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't look like a whole lot else is different. Let's just read the change log. Oh, they're doing the game updates on Steam now. That's kind of interesting. Like the patch notes or whatever. Melvor Idle's 4th birthday. How exciting. I've been playing for pretty much as long, too. I started in the October of that year, so I'm only a few months off. So my 4th anniversary of playing the game is coming up soon, too. Okay, so 4 surprises in store for everyone, starting yesterday. Today's game update is not the surprise. Interesting. And then this Atlas of Discovery we're going to get for sure. Absolute banger. Very excited. Not going to learn too much about it again, but given that it's another titled major expansion, I think it'll probably be on par with Throne of the Herald in terms of how much cool stuff it adds. I don't think that's unreasonable. And then a whole bunch more surprises. Okay, so we gotta check out the Melvor Idle Twitter account to see what the surprise was yesterday. The pre-expansion update, yeah, that makes sense. Mods might stop working, that's fine, I don't use any mods. These are cool, we just saw those. The notifications version 2 thing we've been seeing. Added color coding and icons to item descriptions, cool. Yeah, show an icon, yeah. Open wiki, yeah. Now displays the HP threshold. Let's take a look at that. Hey, yeah, that's nice. That's helpful. That was something that I always had to click and then read, and then sometimes in moments of panic I was clicking and reading, which is not ideal. Instead it's just this. I really like the big numbers for current HP too. This is just like so clean. It's so good. It's just such good UI design. Added a consumable badge to items that can go into the consumable slot. Let's take a look at that. Where is a consumable? They're often down here. Alright, yeah, consumable. I see. So if I search for upgraded, I thought I might be able to search for that indicator or something, which would be handy, but whatever. Makes sense. Farming now has icons. Ah, cool. Damn, that's so much experience. You love to see it. And they're showing now the the modifier bonuses, which is really neat too, because before that was always kind of obscured. Makes sense. Super dark mode. I like it in light mode, so that's fine. What background the game uses? I don't know. I don't want to change the background. This one is so iconic. Let's see. Background image. I mean, these are all cool, but this one is just the one I'm so used to. I don't really want to change it. This is an interesting thing too. I wonder, I don't know if they're increasing the level cap again for Atlas of Discovery. And if they're gonna have a similar reset all to 120, but I'm I'm not gonna be doing that. Okay. A bunch of balance changes. They buffed most of these, it looks like, which is cool. Bunch of bug fixes. Okay. Very exciting, very exciting. First one starts on Monday. What was the big surprise? Ah, the fact that it's cheaper. Okay, cool. And then now we can just excitedly await for the Access Atlas of Discovery. What could it be? I don't know. Is our account ready to take on new content? I think as much as possible. So right now for agility, we're set up for skilling, obviously. And I think that's okay, just because, well, I'll have some time this week to kind of like actively game. And then past this week, it becomes a lot more sketchy, my active gaming time. And so during that time, I'll probably want to be skilling. And I think if there's going to be new skills added, probably this week we can just focus on learning those and kind of covering the early levels of them. And so basically what I'm getting at is I think it's okay to plan on leaving combat until later. And even like easier level combat I can do without switching all of my skilling stuff over. I grinded astrology for a while because I thought they might add a new constellation with the new expansion, and I wanted to have a lot of dust, which I believe I have quite a bit of. Yeah, we're sitting pretty, so we can blast through any new constellations and max those out. I just have a lot of resource in general in case new obstacles get added to this. Hopefully we get to add them. And I don't know, like, everything is about as done as it can be. I've maxed out all of my signets. Township is in not great shape. Everybody is sad and dumb and unhealthy, but we can recover. We can bounce back. We have the best resource of time of all, which is time. The best resource of all time, time. With which we can hopefully recover, bounce back from my poor mayoral ship. So yeah, it's very, very exciting. A new wave of content, probably a pretty significant one, is coming in just 2 days. So please look forward to another video then. Let's look at my stats. It's been a while since I checked out the stats. Oh, I love those big numbers. I love just coming up to a big, big number. Being able to make this number so, so big is just so satisfying. And I think in the end, like, that's what you gotta love about idle games. Look at how much I've tanked. Oh, there's a decimal here. I was like, am I really taking that much more damage than I'm dealing? But no, I'm actually dealing way more damage than I'm taking because I'm a freaking boss. That's 133. Well, that is what it is. But look at how big these numbers are. Slaying over 1.5 million monsters. What has dealt the most damage? Melee for sure, yeah, that makes sense. Just because it doesn't use runes or ammo. Beautiful, beautiful. What skill have I spent the most time on? I don't know. This is not necessarily very interesting video footage, but I'm somebody that's played this game for a long time, and I think has been playing in a pretty inefficient way in a lot of ways, and I'm just kind of curious how that's reflected on these stats. So woodcutting 90 days, fishing 63 days, fire making 42 days, cooking 107 days. Wow, cooking is the current leader. Mining only 15 days. That surprises me. Yeah, this, actually I'm surprised this isn't higher, because sometimes I'm just kind of like idly clicking around and I know it doesn't do anything, so I could see myself kind of like mashing those buttons. Thieving. Sure. Time spent waiting for plants to grow, 32 years. That's as old as I am in real life, by a weird coincidence. This is actually alarmingly close to my real life age at this random interval that I checked. Very good, very good. Fletching, crafting, rune crafting, herb lore, agility, summoning, astrology, alt magic. This is actually quite high. I guess when I was superheating runes, I would leave that going for quite a while, but I was like, when have I really idled this that much? Because I was mostly thinking about casting high alks and stuff. Township, they haven't implemented statistics yet, which I'm sure would be very complicated to try to do, especially since I kept nuking and refreshing my town. So combat is, of course, like the highest by far, but second place is actually cooking. Huh. And then woodcutting. I thought woodcutting would be highest, but whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have much else to say. Let's look forward to the new content. I'm so excited to see what it is. I love this game so much, and it's been giving me such a reliable source of achievement and dopamine and anticipation and a feeling of just putting together a plan and seeing it through to execution, which is an all too rare feeling. So, yeah, great work. Keep up the good work. I'll see you in the Atlas. Bye-bye.